Nice breeze. Alrighty, good morning. This is our final full day in Johannesburg. Took a quick walk over from the hotel to the mall where we were earlier in the trip. This is where the ticketing office or whatever is for the hop on, hop off bus, which we will be taking in about 20 minutes. Just rides around the city. It stops at a number of different destinations, maybe about 12 of them, and you can hop off and stay at a particular destination because there's another bus every 40 minutes from 9 o'clock in the morning till 6 o'clock, I guess, in the evening. So our plan today is to hop on. We will see some of the things that we've seen before. They will hit some of the highlights that we've already seen, but we're going to get off at the Apartheid Museum, probably spend a couple hours there. And we're still contemplating whether we want to get off at the zoo, which is another one of the stops that we haven't seen yet. See just what the zoo here looks like. So we'll see how that goes, but ready to get off and running. The top of the bus, and you'll see it when we get there, is open air. So it's a double-decker bus. You can get up on top of the bus and look great in the pictures of the in brochure and so on. I was like, great, and I can get some video footage without car doors and stuff in the way. However, the walk over here, the sun is out today in full force. It is literally only 68 degrees Fahrenheit, but just the walk over here, I could feel sweat starting to beat up on the forehead and so on. So even though it's 68 in January and their winters are different than ours, it's summertime here, I guess, or whatever. It's a little cool. A little hot. So we'll see how that goes. But final day in Johannesburg. Tomorrow we head out to the airport in the morning and take a quick trip over to Cape Town, and the last of our cities and the last of our adventure here. So, see ya. Alrighty, so we are on the bus. Now I will give you I forgot to get a look at the bus. It's a very red, colorful bus, but I will later. But it's a little warm, and we are on the upper deck right at the front. We'll have to see how that goes. May change seats, but we're plugged into these. Just notice my fancy earphones that they provide for us, and we can plug into these little consoles next to us here. Pick the language. I think they said they're available in 8 languages. We of course are listening in English, and we can adjust the volume. That's about it. Right now we're just listening to some music till the tour starts in about 3 minutes. Alright, see how this goes. Here we are in Houghton, which is a suburb, and this is where President Mandela lived, and 2 other presidents have also lived in this suburb. So this tour kind of overlaps a little bit with the tour that we took 2 days ago. So we're at that lookout point called Monroe Point, looking at the really breathtaking views out over Johannesburg. So, it is very, very expansive, as you see. But yeah, it is a sight to behold. So, lots of fun.
Go out, right? Okay, thank you.
Right, more to come. as our tour continues, we are here back at Constitution Hill that we visited before. Our whole purpose with this bus really was to get to the Apartheid Museum, but we're covering some of the same ground that we covered before. And you know, we're interesting to see a different approach to it. Different things are being pointed out by the recording that we're listening to here. So it's very cool. We're a couple stops away from the Apartheid Museum, and that's the big thing that we want to accomplish today. So we're off again. This is the bus we've been traveling on. We were sitting up at the top there, and that has been taking us around the city. So we've just came off of it here. We're going to head over to the Apartheid Museum and see what's going on in there. So we are at the ticket entrance here. We purchased our tickets. Just waiting for my wife, and then we will go inside and see what we get to learn about all of the atrocities that took place during the apartheid regime. Alright, so we have left the Apartheid Museum. That was another very enlightening experience, learning all about that sad part of South Africa's history. But we survived it. It was a long tour of information, but it was pretty cool. So we're on our way back now, back on the hop-on, hop-off bus. We just kind of came across the street here to the next stop, which is at this big casino complex, whatever. We're not getting off. We had been contemplating going to the zoo, but we are kind of worn out from what we've been seeing. But this is a pretty interesting set of architecture here for this really large complex for the casino. So I'll try and get a better shot if the bus goes by in front of it, but it may not. It may just turn around and go back out the entrance we came in. But and the clouds opened up a little while ago, but they're kind of on and off. So we'll see how that goes. Bye. Just taking note that this building kind of looks like the buildings we saw in the French Quarter in New Orleans. Back at Constitution Hill. So we are back from our trip. Got caught in a little bit of a downpour, but we're back at the mall, which is just around the corner from our hotel. So we haven't eaten, so we're sitting down to have lunch, and we decided to have a very exotic South African lunch by going to KFC. I don't eat chicken, so I am not having anything, but my wife just got her order, which we will see here in a second, but we are in KFC in Johannesburg. And my wife is going to have a very exotic wings and chips and Coke. So there you go, very exotic South African meal. There you go. So my wife just had her meal at Kentucky Fried Chicken. I don't do chicken, so she ate over there, and then I came across the park here over to McDonald's. So hoping they had a fish sandwich. They don't, but they did have a veggie burger. So I ordered one of those. It's has a vegetable patty of some kind. Fries that taste like McDonald's fries and a soda. So kind of, but I was marveling at all of this here sitting in front of me. Was about 60 Rand, which is about a little over $3 US. So food is, we have noticed that food is cheaper here. It's easier to eat here cost-wise. But time to chow down. So finished up at McDonald's, headed over to grab some Krispy Kremes before heading back to our hotel, which, as I've said before, is only a couple of blocks from here. But while we were in Krispy Kremes, and as we stepped outside, we see this. So we're sheltering in the little mall here until hopefully there is a break and we can do the quick run over to our hotel. But it is coming down. It is seriously coming down. Fun, fun. Alrighty, so there was a little bit of a breather in the downpour and we decided to go for it. It was still drizzling, but we were able to get past the 2 blocks and get back to the hotel without getting drenched. So yes, these downpours are kind of interesting, and now I'm looking out of the window and that may be the end of that, because over there we've got blue skies and the dark clouds seem to be moving away, so on. So, you know, more blue over there. So maybe it's just timing. But we're back. Had a really productive day, out for a long time. It is now 5 o'clock in the afternoon. So that is it for us for today. And tonight we'll be packing up to get ready to leave here early in the morning to catch our flight over to Cape Town. Alrighty, so we are back in the restaurant downstairs in the hotel, having our last dinner for this visit. We will be back here for one more night on our way back to the US. We leave here tomorrow morning, just made our Uber arrangements and so on. Go over to the airport, jump on a plane. We should be in Cape Town by midday. And we'll figure out if there's anything we can get done maybe that afternoon. Then we'll have 3 full days in Cape Town, and the following day we will come back to here, spend the night, and then continue on the next morning on our way back to the US. So, you know, like I said, it has been an absolute blast. We really enjoyed the trip, enjoyed learning about a ton of different things about the history of these two countries, and a lot of thought-provoking going on. So we'll begin to delve into that and debrief on all of that later. But this has been, yeah, a trip of a lifetime. Might be a little hyperbole, but it was awesome. But that should be it for today. See ya.